Shut up.
Say what you were gonna fucking say, dude.
Hey, welcome to Loose Toss, the comedy podcast with the most sauce.
Drip, drip.
I'm Willie Griswold, and I'm finally joined again by Collin Unger. What up, Collin?
Howdy, partners.
Yeah, man. Stop saying howdy, partners, little cowboy Collin.
It's a new thing, new character I've built since I've been gone.
Did you listen to the episodes where I was doing the intros and outros alone?
And you just did my voice?
Yeah, did you like that?
Really, no.
I did several takes of that. I did several takes that were so mean. I had to go
my
back.
voice?
Yeah.
Of you, what? You were just like roasting me?
Well,
I wasn't even there to defend myself.
I was doing something just like, I'm Collin. I'm emotionally unavailable. You know, and then I had fun with that.
You just randomly say that at random times.
And then I was doing like, I'm Collin. I've got commitment issues. I was like really like digging deep.
I thought you were going to say I had chlamydia. I'm like, what the hell?
No, I wasn't doing funny stuff. I was doing like legitimate personality issues.
Oh, like things I need to like fix about myself?
I was digging deep. I was not doing surface level scratches. I was going
I can't say I love you to the male people that I love in my life without feeling weird.
When you said male people, I know you meant guys, but I feel like there's someone out there being like, Collin, if you want to say you love the Amazon guy, just tell him, man. if you want to tell the Postal Service guy, the UPS guy, you love him, just tell him, bro.
I do.
It's 2023, man. You can love the mailman if you want to.
I don't know. I got nothing for that.
Nothing at all.
That was a weird one.
It was. I mean, I was just being kind of silly. I was just doing that. Like it's 2023. People always say. It was totally just a joke. It was just kind of nothing. You could have just said yes. Man. You could have laughed. You just looked forward like a fucking idiot.
I kind of forgot mail existed. I just haven't checked it in a long time.
Why did you just stare off into the distance?
I'm tired, man. I've been on the road. I'm sleepy. I've been eating only fried food.
Okay, well, you know what? Today is going to be a three-piece intro. Me and Collin. The next part, this comedian we're talking to, get this. Me and fucking Collin. Just
Boom.
Us today,
drip,
boys.
Drip, drip, motherfuckers.
Just us. And then after me and Collin, guess what? You're going to get an outro. Who's it going to be? Me and my motherfucking friend Collin.
What's up? Howdy, partners.
I don't like howdy partners.
I got a new thing.
Okay, well, let's just get into this episode. Our guestless episode, our first guestless episode with comedians Willie Griswold and Collin Unger.
I think I'm going to do this one with my eyes closed.
The whole podcast?
Yeah.
Little Stevie Wonder pod?
Yeah.
Can I tell you something? Don't do that. It's incredibly distracting. Don't do this.
Shut the fuck up.
Don't do this.
I'm just looking in a different direction. Start showing me some fucking respect, dude.
Why are you doing sight gags? You're doing a visual bit. That's also a visual bit.
I got a lot going on. My eyes is just too much to even bear the burden of
Can I say something
right now?
So I had something queued up, but you just go, I got a lot going on. I got too much to, and you just stutter. When you direct all the attention on the podcast to yourself, you have to have something in the quiver, buddy.
No, I did. I forgot. I forgot what the word was.
You forgot what the word was?
Yeah, burdened.
Oh, man. That's
I'm burdened with sight.
Well, let's talk about our little trip last night to Carmel, Indiana.
That was fun.
Hanging out with my grandma came to a show, you guys. My grandma, her name is Virginia. She's 90 years old. She's a sweet old gal. She had to get a mole removed from her lip, so she was wearing a Band-Aid on her lip like she was fucking Nelly.
Like she was Nelly. I love that, dude.
Walking around in her Air Force Ones.
Yeah,
a real Saint Lunatic.
I don't think any of them are going to hear this, but if they are listening, I apologize for everything I said on stage. I looked up and saw a lot of senior citizens with their arms crossed and not even smiling back at me. There's a point where I was like, look, I don't like what's going on here either. It's like this is what I know. This is what I write jokes about. If I had enough butterscotch in my life, I'd probably have some material about that. But
I will say, no one made any hard candy jokes. No one did any like old people. I had a great teacher at Second City named Rachel Mason, and we were talking about like doing an old person bit in a class, and everyone like immediately grabbed their walkers, like improv, like doing object work.
Yeah.
Everyone has walkers and everyone has hard candies, and they're doing like, I'm old and I'm racist and I'm senile bits. And it was just like, she was like, hey, you know what? Like old people have been fucking since before you were born. We're all here because old people fucked. She was like, you can always go, you can go senile, you can go racist, you can go like, they can't walk and they have mobility issues. But she was like, is that really that funny? You know what's funny? That they're just all old sluts. I think the line that she used was, one time I gave Harry Truman a hand job. And I steal that line constantly. It's such a great fucking line.
Old
sluts.
Old sluts is such a funny phrase.
Always go
It
old
also
sluts.
sounds like an improv team almost. Hello, we are old sluts. Get these old sluts off my stage.
We're old sluts. We need one suggestion. It should be dildo. This is the improv show where you should yell dildo. Usually that's annoying.
Dude. I also love that your grandma came up to me and I apologized to her.
Oh, guys, this was so funny.
Because she's so sweet, and she really like kind of just bounces around.
She's
like,
a bouncy gal.
She was bouncing around the room like oh hello, like
Yeah.
like greeting, covered all
she
of her
kept
bases.
telling, man, so it's like it was a brewery. I guess I was the headliner, and she's my grandma, and she's very proud of me. But she just kept walking around being like, "My grandson is Willie," and then a server at the brewery would be like, "That's great.
That's
My
so
son's
funny.
name is Tim."
Yeah.
You know, like she
They're
had no
just like,
idea.
who the hell is Willie?
Who the fuck
They're
is
like, do you want a
Willie?
beer now, lady?
She called me. Guys, we were in the car. We were in the car on the way down with Chelsea Hunt, and we had my grandma on speaker. And she goes, "Now, Willie, I'm going to the brewery, and I want to buy beer for all my friends."
Yeah.
She had 14 of her friends from her old folks' home, nursing home. I'm sorry, that's probably the wrong word.
All of them hated me.
They did not. No, they didn't. They did not hate you. Don't be hard on yourself. It was a fun night. There was 14 people that were born before the year 1940, Colin. You don't do great. Typically, you don't do great with people that were born before the end of World War II.
Yeah, if I showed them all Fortnite, they would think I'm like a wizard. They'd be like, what the fuck?
Where did that come from?
I don't know.
You gotta listen.
I just thought it was funny.
You gotta listen to what I'm talking.
You think that's funny at all? That's pretty funny.
I do think it was funny, but you just if I
That's
showed
what I'm
them
here for,
Fortnite,
man.
they think I'm a wizard.
That's what I'm here for. I just love that
All right.
idea. Someone seeing like a video game for the first time now, waking up after like a coma.
Colin, they've been.
All right, go on with what you're
because
saying.
the
Get
coma.
over with it. Blah,
But
blah,
no,
blah, blah, blah.
no,
Go.
but these people weren't in a coma. They've been alive through the 80s. They've known
I know.
about video games.
Now I did a whole separate thing. It was a whole separate thing.
Okay,
That's
it's
why I
fine.
said go.
I like no, don't get in your
get the
head.
fuck
I
over-
thought
get
it
the
was
fuck
funny.
on.
I thought it was funny. I just thought it came out of nowhere.
Now you're pissing me
So
off.
here's where I was trying to go with this. My grandma brings all of her buddies to this comedy show, and you guys, it was honestly a great show. It was a Monday
fun.
night. It was
At
a
a
brewery, Union Brewing. Shout out to those guys for having us. But I will say my favorite show. I mean, I love stand-up comedy. I can't tell you the last time I watched the special. And when I do watch specials, I usually my phone's going. I have ADD.
Yeah.
What I'm trying to say is, nothing ever needs to be longer than 8 minutes. I think, to be
Yeah,
completely
just
honest.
ever, yeah.
In this comedy show, it just went a little bit too long, you guys. These old people, they kept being like, "It's past my bedtime."
Yeah, they were ready to go.
They were so tired, and it wasn't like a thing where it's like a Friday, Saturday crowd. It's like, man, they're tired, they're drunk, they've been day drinking all day. These people are exhausted. It's like, no, these people have been alive since World War II. They need to go to fuck to sleep
Yeah,
right now.
they're all in nightgowns and those hats, the Scrooge hat,
Yeah.
the sleeping cap.
A guy walking around with a lantern.
Yeah.
Who goes there? I don't want to do crowd work with you, Free Willy.
Well, I was talking about like a music festival. One of the ladies was like, I went to a Lollapalooza in like the 70s. And I'm like, I bet that was crazy.
Also, I heard that. I don't think Lollapalooza happened in the 70s.
So that lady was just lying to
Yeah,
me.
I mean, maybe. Or maybe she was just like, I went to a concert, and I think all concerts are called
Yeah.
Lollapalooza. But that actually,
Yeah, for me, I'm like, and I've been in Star Wars. All right. I'm just closing her eyes for her on her face. It's nap time.
This one woman's going, I went to Lollapalooza in the 70s, and my grandma's going, Willie's my grandson. Wait, so Gramsci calls me in the car. We're on speakerphone. What's going on?
No, I just totally got distracted. It was ADD. I thought of a video that I wanted to reference so bad that it reminded me of it, and I have to now. Have you ever seen this? It's just a little like 6-minute TikTok.
You stink.
I know, but it's so funny. It's the old grandpa, and it's like the grandpa's reaction. It's just like kid has that piece of paper and he's like spitting it without touching it.
Yeah.
And then you just hear the grandpa go, "How you doing that?" Like genuine fear in his voice. How you doing? I'll share that video on
What
Instagram.
magic are you using?
Yeah. It was, oh God, I love that. Okay, but go on. What you were saying about your grandma.
So we're in the car. We're on speakerphone with Chelsea Hood, who was on the last episode. If you guys don't know Chelsea, please go listen to the last episode.
Chelsea rocks.
She does rock. Also, in the last episode, it's our podcast. Chelsea interviews us. She gets in the room, and we're like, "Hi, you're in charge."
Chelsea sees right through us.
She
sees right through our little dick antics.
Little dick antics, you guys.
She does not buy it. She calls us out immediately, and she tells us it's okay that we're so broken.
She does not fuck with our bullshit tomfoolery.
Yeah, she does.
I'll tell you that right now. But Chelsea's in the car, and my grandma calls, and she goes, "Well, Willie, all my friends are going to come down to the comedy show at Union Brewing. Oh, we're all so excited." And it was probably 12 girls and then one guy. There was an older gentleman that didn't laugh the whole time. I think he was probably just, I think, you know what? I've been that guy. You ever go out with some girls when you're like 22, and it's like 10 girls, and you're the one guy trying to hook up with a girl?
Yeah.
That guy watched our comedy just to try to get a little piece of pussy pie, a little slice.
I love a man still persevering in his 90s, dude. The thirst is never quenched.
That's like me. That's like me going on like a terrible date in middle school to go see the King Kong movie.
Dude. Mine was Mission Impossible.
Yeah, just to try to make out with. Dude, that was your Mission Impossible. Triple X State of the Union. Triple X State of the Union with fucking Ice Cube. When he had to jump out of that helicopter and then he throws the hammer down to break the water to break his fall, I was rubbing my tongue on some braces, dog. I was rubbing my tongue on some braces.
Dude.
Going in for the French kiss, getting shut down, teeth shut, licking a brace.
I was too into Mission Impossible. I was too into Mission Impossible. I remember, girl, it was like my first love ever. Like, she texted me tomorrow. I'm like, yeah, I got Mission Impossible queued up. Come on over. Let's go. Let's run it back.
She's holding your hand and you're just,
I remember one scene where they're like, how much ammo do you have left? And Tom Cruise is like, enough. And I'm like, one bullet left. And then he shoots and he's like, I'm out. And I'm like, I told you. I'm like, stop touching me. My hands are getting sweaty. This is sick.
She's trying to kiss you so bad.
And she thinks I'm leaning in for a kiss. I'm like, there's only one bullet left in the gun. I'm like, what are you doing? What?
You think you're leaning in for a kiss and you're just like, I don't know if you saw the first one. This is the second one. Technically, it should be a prequel.
Yeah.
Like, also, I don't know anything about Mission Impossible.
True. About Mission Impossible. It's crazy you haven't seen Mission. That's right up your alley, dude.
Tom Cruise scares me. He's such a great actor. And
I'm gonna be honest. I'm a fucking Tom Cruise head, dude.
Yeah, you love.
Take me on a Tom Cruise ship around the fucking world. What do you think about that? That was fun.
I prefer to go on a Ted Cruz ship. You know what I'm talking about?
Not really. I mean, I know who Ted Cruz is, but I don't know why you would rather do that.
I was just thinking of other people with the last name Cruz. I could have gone with Penelope Cruz. There's only so many options there.
A Ted Cruz ship is just like I just imagine the Mickey Mouse boat that's always bouncing because he's so fucking fat.
Yeah.
I love that joke. We've talked about, we need to have Dale McPeak on this podcast at this point because I love
I fucking hate Ife.
the joke about him where Ted Cruz went to Cancun, everyone freaked out. And he's like, yeah, man. He's like, you know what pisses me off? He's like, you know who took that photo? Another guy going to Cancun. Which I would have done. I've been to Cancun twice. I've earned my stripes. I love it there.
But you have
coming back with cornrows.
Okay, but you're not a person in sitting public office.
Not yet.
That's saying a lot of things about how you help the state of Texas and actively abandoning them during a crisis. You can understand how people are.
Yeah, no, I haven't had that journey in my life yet.
But yeah, it does rock being like, look at this fucking hypocrite, and being like, honey, get on the plane. Like, you're like
actually, I didn't want salt on my rim. The best part of your grandma coming to the show though is when I apologized to her at the end of the show.
You fucking guys, y'all, it's just so funny.
I was like, I am so, because she's so sweet, and like she's so sweet. She was like, oh God, like she saw me, we said hi, I hugged her. I was like, I'm so sorry for the things I said to your friends.
I'm so sorry for the things I said. Yeah,
and then she just looks at me and goes, "Oh no, you have such a great face.
You have such a great face. Not a beautiful face, not a nice face, a great face."
It's also, she wasn't like, "Oh no, it was funny."
No. She didn't care about your material.
Yeah.
You have a great
face. I loved that,
dude. I don't care. I'm never gonna call you Papa. I don't care if you guys get together. I would love it if you guys get together. I will tell you though. You know this. All 3 of her husbands died. So how you gonna go out? What's it gonna be? Is it gonna be?
I think I'm just so clueless. I'll like Mr. Magoo my way through all of the possible deaths. I'm just ducking under like falling mirrors and shit.
Husband number 1 died in a plane crash.
Are these real things? We're dropping real facts.
Military plane
Is this
accident.
on Wikipedia?
No, that's not on Wikipedia.
Military. So was he a pilot?
Yeah, he was a pilot.
Kind of par for the course.
Badass. Wait, what do you mean par for the course?
Like I feel like that's how a lot of pilots die.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying par for the course for your life.
There's
I was
not.
like, what the hell?
I would be a great pilot.
No, you wouldn't.
I would be a great pilot. Anything that involves a joystick, I'm just sick at.
Okay, can I tell you why you wouldn't be a great pilot?
Why?
Because ADD. Because can I tell you something? 12 minutes ago, I wanted to tell a story about how my grandma talked to me on the phone. 12 minutes ago. We've talked completely around it.
They're going to send me on a mission. And they're like, Unger, where are you? I'm like, I'm actually flying to Cancun. I'll see you fucking idiots later.
I'm not Ted Cruz. I am Ted Drews. I'm stopping in St. Louis for some frozen custard, gang.
You've had Ted Drews? Have we talked about that?
Do you know what that is? This is so odd. There was just a kid in my high school that had a Ted Drews frozen custard t-shirt.
Merch.
And he wore it all the time. So I've always
Good
had
fucking guy.
My go-to St. Louis jokes are Arch, Ted Drews, and Emo's Pizza, Toasted Rav. Whenever
That's huge.
If I'm like on air on a pod, someone says a St. Louis thing, I'll drop that. Plus the St. Louis, not ex, we didn't date for that long, but she got me into emos.
Oh, man, that was my favorite of all your exes.
For real?
Yeah.
She was nice. She was smart.
I didn't give a shit about that. She got emos. I'm like, Ashley, you fucking rock. You got Toasted Rav. And she's like, who is Ashley? I'm like, Shirley.
I was going to say, kudos to you on not using the real name, but that was just because you didn't know. Do you remember after we split and you got me some water and you brought me a mug?
Oh, you were drunk. You were fucked up. Do you remember that? Oh, dude. I didn't get a job because of you the next day. I didn't get a job because you were like, literally randomly, you would just pop up and be like, and be like, who did that? And I'm like, what are you talking about? And you're like, why'd you do that? And I'm like, I didn't do anything. And you're like, I know it was you. And when you would lay back down and you're like, I need water. I'm like, okay, I'm just going to make sure this kid doesn't die. I was like, I don't know what he's on.
What do you mean what I was on? We weren't on anything. We were just drunk
We
idiots.
were drunk, but you were way. I think you were like doing shots and stuff, and I wasn't.
Oh yeah, that doesn't sound like me at all.
And you're like, but you're like, are you gonna tell anyone I did drugs? I'm like, you didn't do any drugs, and you're like, good.
I remember that. I remember
You're
that.
like, you thought it was like we were in on like a deal. I'm like, I was with you all night. You didn't do a single drug.
I remember that. I remember kind of blacking in back there and being like, now this motherfucker's got my back.
You did pop up and you're like, all right, we're getting food. And you're like, grab me a drink. I'm ordering tacos. And I handed you like a mug. And you were like, this was Ashley's mug, you bastard. And you immediately went back into it. And I'm like, man, I am not getting this job tomorrow. And I went to the job and I like just kept on doing the thing where you're like smelling your breath. And I'm like, beer. Just beer.
Okay. So here's Bad Pilot, ADD. Grandma gives me a call. Gramsy. We call her Gramsy, you guys. It's kind of folksy. It's kind of weird. What, like you get like Papaw and Peepaw and Meemaw and Seesaw.
Grams.
Grams and Grams. So we call her Gramsy. I call her Grams. She's the best. I do think it's fun because I have her as Grams in my phone. So sometimes when I used to buy drugs and I would be asking for a gram, it would capitalize the G and make it a proper noun.
Yeah.
Isn't that kind of funny? By the way, you guys, it's 3.5 grams of weed. I'm not getting drugs. For the sake of this, it was weed. Okay. No, so my Grams calls were in the car. We're on speaker with Chelsea. Chelsea's the sweetest. Listen to the episode. Chelsea is so funny. And my grandma calls on speakerphone and she goes, okay, Willie, now I want to get beer for all my friends.
Mm-hmm.
I want to get beer for all my friends. And so I'm going to buy everyone. I'm going to get everyone samples. And I go, oh, do you mean flights, Grams? The little force one. She goes, I'm going to buy everybody flights. And I go, that's great, Gramsy. That's so sweet. And she goes, now, do you think they'll take credit card or should I bring a check?
Yeah. Chelsea just grabbed my arm when that happened. We were both like, oh my God.
You sweet old gal.
That is so. I also love it's like if you were working at a restaurant, a lady was like, all right, here's a check. I'd be like, what the hell? I'm like, what is this? What are these numbers on there?
Wait, you're a server, not a lady like my grandma. My literal grandma comes in and pays you with a check.
I'd be like, oh, thank you so much. And then I would rip it up and pay for her bill. I would not let that happen.
Dude, she is such a sweetheart.
And then I would just I'd be like, these are on the house. 6 shots. I'm like, we're partying, Grabs.
No, dude, remember what I said to her last night? So she came to the show. Show's going great. It did go a little bit too long. And it was like, it's a Monday night. The Pacers were playing. There was a lot of things, but again, it was
a lot
a
of
great
people
show.
were on their phones watching the Pacers. I saw too.
A lot of people. Me, I was on my phone in the back of the showroom watching the Pacer game. I do love how at the beginning of every comedy show, they're just like, by the way, put your phones away and don't talk in the showroom. And if any audience member does it, comics will be like, hey, shut the fuck up. Respect my art form. And as soon as the comic gets off stage, they're immediately in the back of the showroom using their phone, filming the show, and yelling at their friends in the back of the fucking room. So my grandma is at the show, and I start doing dirty jokes. I've got like a couple. I talk about my dick in like the first 5 minutes. I did a jerk off joke in front of my grandma. You did a joke about sex scenes in movies. You did a joke about porn. We both did jokes about porn. I did
a joke about sex toys.
Yeah, sex toys.
I really leaned it. I was like, you guys don't like the sex stuff. I'm like, let's go all the way in.
Yeah, I had the same thing with the weed stuff. It was weird.
Yeah, I did a little weed joke. And then I did a joke about a weed dealer giving me cocaine that I didn't want.
We both did coke jokes too. What the fuck is wrong with us?
Someone trying to get me to buy them booze illegally.
Yeah,
at Lala.
and then show me your tits for it.
Yeah. She didn't show me the tits for it. You have to go to my Instagram and look at that joke. It sounds so weird saying this.
Do you think that there's a conversation at an old folks home, wherever they live, and they're in like I know where my grandma lives. I'm just choosing not to say it on the podcast. I want to say that very good. It might. Oh, Willie loves. He doesn't even know where she lives. I know the name. I'm just not telling all you freaks, specifically Collin. He does not need to know where she lives.
Yeah, she said I had a nice face, and I haven't stopped thinking about it.
I just imagine that there's somewhere in their nursing home, they're having lunch, they're having cocktails, a little glass of wine, whatever the hell it is, and they're just like, I think Virginia's grandson's a drug addict.
Yeah.
And his friend has a nice face. He's also a drug addict.
100%.
Why does he sound like a young black boy? But they didn't. Dude, they for sure didn't say that.
I talked to one of the old ladies though after the show. Shout out Barb.
Barb. She
honestly,
wasn't old. She wasn't. No. So she was maybe.
She
in her
wasn't
50s,
with them. She
50s,
wasn't with them.
60s.
But an older woman. Woman.
Young gal though, dude. She loved dancing.
Was great. When she drove by, we were like, Barb.
Dude, she had a beautiful little haircut.
Yeah, dude. She was great. But I talked to her for like an hour after the show. She was awesome.
Looked like Etna Mode from The Incredibles.
I was just gonna say that.
Fuck
She said that. Boom,
that's
bro.
Huge.
Yeah, dude.
We're idiots.
We high-fived like 4 times on this podcast.
Over Etna Mode.
Yeah, one was like.
Over Etna Mode.
What was the other one? One was just like a pun that I made.
Yeah, I love, buddy, when you make puns. I love that shit because every day of my life I make 10 puns. No one acknowledges them. Everyone fucking hates me. Everyone thinks I'm a fucking idiot when I make puns. Whenever you make one, I'm like, the kid is back.
I want to back in black. That's not really a pun.
No.
Men in back. We're men in back, dude.
Men in black?
Yeah.
But men in back?
I'm reaching for a pun.
Yeah,
now.
no, it's okay, buddy. I'm glad you're getting involved. It's okay. Thank you for doing it.
I'm freaking out, man.
Oh, fuck.
Cut it. We got to cut.
Cut the video.
I said cut it. Just yelling at no one.
Cut the fucking video.
Oh, shit. What were we talking about? Oh, wait. Yeah.
We were talking about...
The second husband died.
I mean, it's not as funny. Stroke in his early 50s. I used to do a joke about how...
Is the stroke that's heart? No, that's a heart attack.
Stroke
is your brain, the left side of your...
A stroke is like the cousin of a seizure, is how it was explained to me by a doctor one time. I have a very high likelihood of having strokes. Remember, I used to do a joke about it because I have a tattoo by a band called The Strokes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, having strokes, love the strokes.
Seizure is your brain resetting. Right? Is that what it is?
Buddy, you know what? I've had a couple. Not really sure what it does. If I'm being totally honest, when I had them, I wasn't really here.
So you just wake up and you're like, what the fuck was that?
Dude, when I woke up from my seizure...
Do you just black out? Is that what it is?
I woke up from my seizure. This is in 2016, right? 2016, May 20th, 2016. We're at a taco deli in Austin, Texas. So if you ever go to Austin, steer clear of Taco Deli. All right, that place will make you have
Bad vibes.
Yeah, it's not that you were addicted to Xanax for 3 months.
Yeah.
The real issue is taco.
They must have left their guac out or something, dude. I don't know what it is.
This guac is making me shaky.
Yeah.
Oh, you're sure it's not benzo withdrawals?
God.
Okay, so I had a seizure, and then I wake up. It's 2016. So Obama is still in office, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just for the sake of the story. Obama's still in office. I wake up, parents are over my head, or mom's over my head. Sam and Lucy, are you okay? Everyone's snapping, everything. And I'm just, whoa, I'm fine. Get off my back. I'm fine. And because the one thing, I have no idea where I am. I barely know my name, but I know that I don't like all the commotion. I'm like, get out of my face. And
You're freaking me out.
In my head, I'm like, if I say I'm fine, they'll back off. And finally, an EMT gets there and he's like, sir, I just need you. Where are you? And I'm like, I'm at a restaurant. And he's like, who's the president? I'm like, dude, I am fine. Can you let me? He's like, who's the president? And I go, George W. Bush. I'm fine.
Now watch this drive. Weren't you like getting like carted out? And you're like, Mom, my cigarettes.
Yeah, that's real.
Like you like pointed at someone like you're gonna say something real.
Mom, I love you. Mom, get my cigarettes. Yeah, dude, I had to pack him.
You're like, wait, I gotta say something about my mom.
Dude, that was the Cowboy Killers era. That was Marlboro Red.
Marlboro Red. Dude, I had a boss who would always call me when I was delivering pizzas.
Oh, the pizza biz.
It was when I was in the pizza. Best job I've ever had. I loved that job. Dude.
Oh, really? A job where you could drive around getting high in your car? You liked that?
Just listening to music.
How
It was
shocking.
great. It was great.
How shocking. That's a job you
Dated one of the hostesses. She's getting married. Heartbreaking to look back
So
on
you're
that.
also fucking a teenager?
I was also a teenager, dude. You fucking weirdo. The fuck?
I knew you were also a teenager.
Yeah, but
I
like,
just knew that it was true.
You make it sound like it was like last week.
I know, that's what I was doing.
Yeah, no, we're not doing that.
We're doing that.
Jesus Christ. But yeah, we actually rekindled our thing like a couple, like fun thing. Yeah, we met up 2 years ago. Then she just got married to her now fiance that we're dating for 4 years. Remember that?
Yeah.
Well, I'm like, yeah, I'm going over to this girl's place. And then I'm like a week later, I'm like, she just posted a photo of a boyfriend.
It's happy anniversary, baby.
Yeah, dude.
Every day with you is better.
I was like, I'm going to tell him. I'm like, that's fucked up. I'm going to tell him.
Every day with you is better, except for 7 days ago when I fucked a skinny, pale Irish kid.
Yeah. I should have known because she like snuck me in and out of her apartment very like quietly. And I was like, this is a great place.
Dude.
I'm like, sick bar. And she's like, all right.
You remember one time one of our boys, he hooked up with a girl in a mailroom. He was visiting in Chicago. He hooked up with a girl in a mailroom. And then I was like, bro, why'd you guys do in the mail? He was like, yeah, bro. She said her place was messy. And I was like, Brad, her place was messy.
Yeah.
Because her husband lives there.
Yeah.
Oh, I wasn't going to say the name and I said the name. It's fine. It's fine. It doesn't matter. I don't think
we know he's done the pod. He's a dirty dog.
Well, also, it wasn't confirmed cheating. But yeah, if you're getting had in a mailroom.
Well, yeah, that wasn't confirmed, but Brad's out here fucking.
Yeah.
I had to let him in last time he stayed in Chicago when he did the pod. And he like, because my roommate locked the door. And then I opened the door at like 2:30. He comes in. I was like, all right, man, I'm about to go back to bed. He's like, oh, but yeah. He's like, but I fucked an OnlyFans girl. He's like, I'm going to tell you about it in the morning. I'm like, oh, dude, nice. I was like, thank you for not doing that here. And he's like, absolutely, man. I'm like, all right, good night. Like, it's like a real wholesome thing. I was like, good for you, dude. That's awesome. I was like, an OnlyFans
You
girl.
hug him?
Yeah.
Hey, you want a Gatorade, buddy?
Yeah. I'm like, oh, you're still hard. I'm going to give you some time.
Hard as a rock there,
Yeah.
pal. Holy shit, look at that thing go. My
Yeah.
goodness. You're still killing it out there, buddy.
Did I ever tell that story on this pod when I was trying to get freaky, spit a little game. Met this girl at the comedy bar, and we were texting. We hung out a couple of times, and I hit her up at like midnight. And I was with my old roommate who kept on like hyping me up. He's like, "No, dude." He's like, "You got this. You got this."
Nice.
And then I was like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "We're out hanging. You should come." And she's like, "Oh, I'm as snug as a bug in a rug." And I'm like, "Oh, I'm gonna like be funny, spit a little game, a little dirty talk." And I'm like, "Well, I'm as hard as a rock." And she was like, what? And I was like, what?
You thought double what was going to save you?
Yeah.
You really thought double what?
I'm like, someone stole my phone, typed that, spent $50 on OnlyFans, and then put it back in my pocket. I don't know what happened. Yeah.
Does that ever happen to you? Does someone ever send a text, spend $50 on OnlyFans, then text all of your exes? That's crazy.
Someone took my phone, then took a penis or a photo of my penis, and then sent it to you, and then put it back in my pocket. I don't know how that happened.
No, it was.
But did you like it?
They sent a picture of a smaller penis. It wasn't even mine. It was way smaller than mine.
Mine is huge.
Mine's fucking huge. You can't see it. It goes to a different school. I'm not going to show you my dick. There's no way I'm going to show you my cock.
I can't wear my wallet in my front pocket because my huge penis and giant wallet would rip my pants by the sleeves.
I coughed.
You ever have that problem?
I coughed through that. Oh God. Okay, so we gotta get cough buttons, man. Sorry, you guys. We gotta get cough.
I don't know why I coughed. I really didn't even need to.
It's a contagious cough, my friend. So yeah, the last show that we did together was in Carmel last night. My grandma came. It was fun, dude. Before that, I went to Logansport.
What's Logansport?
It's a town in Indiana. It's kind of in between Chicago and Indy, but it's still a 2.5-hour drive. Great town. I did a theater called the State Theater with Greg Hahn. Greg's the funniest. The fans that came out were the nicest. Everybody was the best. This guy in a Let's Go Brandon hat gave me free drink tickets to a bar down the road. And I was like, dude, I'm sorry. Like, I can't take these. Like, I'm not going to go to the bar. And he goes, just save them for next time. And I was like, thank you so much.
I love that. I love these, like, towns in the middle of nowhere where there's just everyone sounds like, oh, just don't worry about it, brother. Like, don't worry about it, brother. I don't even care. And it's just like, who are you?
He sounded like that. He looked tough as nails. Like, looked like a fucking, like, I was going to say looked like a union electrician because I just met another union electrician that was also the fucking man. But
wait, where was this again? This is Indiana?
Yeah, Logansport, Indiana.
How, like, what is this in, like how far from, like, where we were last night?
Last night was Indy, and I said it's between Chicago and Indy.
Okay, my bad.
No, you're fine. It's north of Purdue University, if that helps out a little bit.
Little bit.
It's but it was a great town.
Were you there for a night or a weekend?
Just the night. It was just Saturday night, and then I drove back after the show. Dude, I did leave at 2 p.m., drive to a show in Indiana, do the show, hang out, meet everybody, drive back that night. I've done that twice. I did it fucking Saturday and Monday.
Yeah, last night that was fun because, like, for me, I just drank in your car with Chelsea and talk shit. Like,
oh my God, Collin always has to go pee. So we get in the fucking car on the way down here. Collin complains about needing to use the bathroom immediately in the car. When Collin and I went to Indy 2 weeks ago, this exact same thing happened again. 2 weeks before that, it always happens. Collin is a child, and he doesn't use the bathroom before he leaves the house. So we get in the car. He's got to go pee. He says he has to go tinkle, and I'm like, dude, shut the fuck up.
No, I don't say I have to go tinkle.
We're not going to go tinkle. I always wait.
Tinkle time.
I fucking hate you, dude.
Tinkle time.
You cut me off.
That's my thing.
To do a bit that you know I hate.
It's my thing.
To do a bit that
everyone hates it. Everyone hates it.
It's not a anyways, Collin has to go pee. I usually wait to go to Fair Oaks Farm. It's a gas station. There's a BP gas station at Fair Oaks Farm. They got fresh sandwiches, you guys. They got ham and cheese. They got Italian. They got a turkey club. They got a buffalo chick wrap.
They're all just fine.
They're all just fine. But I as far as gas station snacks are concerned, this is the top tier. And when you're eating on the road, I usually want to get Taco Bell or McDonald's. This is a little bit healthier. I'm not saying it's still deli meats. It's still dairy and like a lot of fucking bread. But I'm saying it's definitely healthier than getting 2 cheeseburgers at McDonald's like I would. Okay?
You're so passionate.
Yeah, because I like this gas station. I like this gas station, and I want you to like it so bad. You hate it. Have you gotten a milkshake there?
They do have just insanely good chocolate milk.
They have insanely good chocolate milk and insanely good milkshakes.
I would get a tattoo of that chocolate milk.
So that gas station's like, what, an hour 20 away from Chicago? It's pretty much a halfway point. Yeah. You can get gas. It's great. If you're going from Chicago to Indy, it's on the right side of the highway, so you don't have to turn off very long. I fucking love this gas station. I want to stop there. Collin can't make it all the way there. He's like, it's tinkle time, man. It's tinkle time. Willie.
Tinkle time.
Willie, man. It's tinkle time, man. I got to go tinkle. And then I'm making fun of you, and Chelsea's going, hey, can you stop being mean to your friend? Like, don't give him such a hard time, okay?
Yeah.
Collin, we can go pee. I've got to grab some things. It's no big deal. We stop, no big deal. I don't make fun of you too much. Then on the way back, we're about to leave the venue, and you go, hey, let me go pee one more time. And I go, all good, dude.
And I did.
No problem. And you did. And then 10 minutes into the drive, we weren't even off the 465, the highway in Indy yet. Willie, I gotta go tinkle. It's tinkle time.
That's the thing about tinkle time is you don't choose. You just know it's time. You can't be like, hey, it's gonna be tinkle time at 3 o'clock.
So then we
If it's 2:30 and it's tinkle time, then it's tinkle time.
We go to a gas station. This is in Sheridan, which is probably just south of West Lafayette. We go to this gas station. Collin goes tinkle. I think we had to grab a few things. No big deal. You get a fucking cider.
I bought an Angry Orchard and a Aquafina.
You got an egg
or a Fiji.
So then you start drinking in the car, which is illegal. We probably shouldn't talk about it. This is a performance. It's a joke. He didn't really do this. But he did.
I did, but I wasn't driving. It's fine.
He wasn't driving. Yeah, I was sober as a bird, which I hate, by the way. I hate being
yeah, we had a great time.
I know. It wasn't very fun for me. But then Collin, you get in, you drink that. 10 minutes later, I gotta go tinkle again.
Tinkle time.
And I don't even make fun of you. Chelsea makes fun of you a little bit, but I go, no big deal. We'll pull over. We go tinkle again. We get on the fucking expressway. We are home free. We are turning into Chicago. I gotta go tinkle again.
I said just pull over. Pull over.
No, we're not gonna pull over on the side of the road and you can go pee. That's illegal for so many reasons.
I've done it all the time.
Just because you've done something doesn't mean it's legal. You're getting drunk in a car and that's illegal.
Well, I never did that when I was drunk.
You're telling a story. You're telling a story that's illegal.
Oh, remember when I sent a photo of me peeing on the side of the road to you and you were like, dude, you can't do that. And then I'm like, then how come I'm doing it?
Yeah.
I mean, I like videotaped it. The truck like flies by and honks at me. I'm like, hey.
That's so funny. Being like, hey, if drinking and driving is illegal, why am I doing it right now? No, sir, just because you can do it doesn't mean you can do it.
It's like, all right, see ya. Just shoot a gun in the air and peel off. All right, but when we get on the expressway, we'll pull over on the side of the road.
I don't pull over. We just drive through. And then you peed in front of Chelsea's apartment. Or she's house sitting.
And Chelsea was like... Because I finished the Angry Orchard and I was like, I need to hydrate now and drink water. And I started drinking water and I just hear Chelsea go, Collin, stop drinking stuff. and I'm like, no, this is good. This is actually healthy for me. I need this.
I need this. And then you were begging me. You kept begging me to pee in the car. And I was like, buddy, we're not peeing in the car.
Just let me pee in a bottle.
Why did you want to pee in a bottle? I have a new fucking car. Chelsea is a nice girl. You can't pee in the car with a nice gal.
She wouldn't have seen my penis. She just would have heard the stream.
No one would have seen it. That's so fucking small. How would you have peed without your fucking? How would you have peed without your penis tweezers? And that joke, your dick is so small.
Get the tweezers.
Yeah, you have to travel
it's tinkle time.
Tweezers. You pee in the Gatorade bottle, but it's like the twist off. But like the little you just pee in that. You put your dick in that little cap.
Have you ever peed while driving?
Yeah, I told you last night. I peed when we were driving to Boulder for the first time. It was one of those things where
like to visit college.
No, to go to college. So not for the first time, but for the second time. It was sophomore year, and because the first time we did it in 2 trips, we stopped in Manhattan, Kansas, which was not the halfway point, and it was off the highway. We like drove off I-70 because my friend lived in Manhattan, Kansas. Like, hey, Bridget, we're here, and she was just like, I'm busy. So we just didn't chill with her at all.
Oh, shit.
And then we drove, but then the next year we're driving in, we just do it in a straight shot. We do it from like 6 a.m., and we're getting there like 3 fucking
Was that like 13? Oh.
It's like a 17-hour drive.
Oh, shit.
That time might not have been right. But anyways, we're pulling in, we're pulling over the hill on 36, whatever, looking at the fucking Flatirons, or it's night, so I can't really see them, but you can just kind of see the campus or whatever. And I have to pee in this Gatorade bottle because I've been chugging Red Bull. And we've stopped a million times since Kansas. And I'm like, dude, I'm 10 minutes from home. We just got to get there.
Yeah.
And I pee in this Gatorade bottle while I'm driving, and then we hit like a little bump, and then my dick kind of flops out. And then, and then sorry, Mark, I don't know if you know this, a little bit of pee landed on Mark's cheek.
Oh,
like,
shit.
It landed like right on his cheek.
Like a teardrop.
Yeah, and then he just looked at me, and he sees the exit. He goes, oh, we're in Boulder already? And I go, yeah, buddy. And he goes, oh, cool.
Oh, shit. Oh, no, dude. You never told him?
Never told him. It's really bad.
Well, there's
that's terrible.
There's a story where he got his revenge on you. But one time I was peeing, and I'll tell you that in a minute.
He fucked that girl. He fucked that girl that I fucked, didn't he? The one that he lied to me about and said that he didn't? I bet you he did, didn't he?
Who?
The girl from Columbia. The girl.
Oh, no, I don't think he did. He might have. I don't think he did. But I did go along with that bit for a long time to fuck with you.
That bastard.
No, that's so funny you brought that up.
I'm gonna call her.
But one time I was I was running late to a soccer practice, and I was driving, and I had to pee, and I had like one of the long Gatorade bottles. And while I was driving, I thought I had the good old, what is it, urethra, fully in, you know? That is what it is, right? The hole?
Yeah.
All right, that's what I thought. Science.
The whole of your penis, not the
Yes.
whole of the Gatorade bottle.
No.
I don't think you're gonna get. Miss, can I get a bigger lid? My urethra's
Yeah,
broken.
I won't put my mouth on the urethra, dude. Let me get a sip. A waterfall.
That's very funny.
But then,
That's very funny.
but then I thought I was fully covered. I was not. And then I start peeing, and it's just like when you put your thumb on a hose, and it's like, and I'm driving, and I'm like, oh, and it's like getting all over me in the dashboard.
I had this.
And then I just get to my soccer practice late, just reeking of piss. I'm like, all right, let's do it, boys. We gotta let's go win nationals.
Actually, I smell like this because I'm drunk. It's not because I peed over myself.
Kobe pisses on himself. What do
Kobe
you guys
pisses
want?
on himself all the time. I got stung by a jellyfish.
I was just gonna say
I
that.
got stung by a jellyfish. There was a jellyfish in my Gatorade.
When I was in Cancun one time, I was dating this girl, and she was like, I got stung by a jellyfish. I'm like, you serious? And I'm like, are you? And then she was like, I don't know. I was like carrying her like out of the ocean. She's like, I don't know. And I just like dropped her. I'm like, you would know if you got stung by a jellyfish. Like, I thought I was gonna get to piss on you. I was like, this sucks.
There goes my hero, peeing on a girl.
But dude, I was in
The cop walks up. Sir, what are you doing? Fellas, I got this.
Yeah.
I know exactly what I'm doing. I saw that episode of Friends. I know this is how you take care of it. Joey taught me, boys.
They were on a break.
You said, how are you doing? I'm saying, how you doing, fellas? Yeah, we're doing Joey bits in here.
But fuck, was it? Oh yeah, I just got back from Fargo.
Yeah.
This weekend, dude.
You want to talk about it? How are the boys? How are the fucking Natty Light boys?
It was crazy.
Yeah, did you guys get fucked up?
Those people, yeah, we drank a lot. All they do is drink. There's nothing to do. I got to the airport, and it was just like, it's the smallest airport I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I was like pissed off about like, there's nothing to do. There was one TV in the entire building.
I think, well, I'll say really quick, one thing that I learned when I lived in Boulder, it was a college town, everyone boozed a lot, right? Mm-hmm. And then I moved to Chicago, big city, everyone boozes a lot. That just could be because of our age group, our friend group, being in comedy, whatever. But I would say that most people might agree Chicago is a pretty good drinking town.
Yeah, Chicago is a huge drinking town.
New York and LA, I've got homies there, I've got buddies there, I have friends that I can drink with. Not a drinking town, though. All the beer is too fucking expensive.
Yeah, no one's really like drinking out.
There's no like beer and shot deals. That said, though, smaller towns like Fargo and like Indy, Denver have great little vibe, great little dives. A lot of folks drinking, getting fucked up, boozing.
There were like there are like some cute girls in Fargo, like one in every 45, 50.
I'll say there's beautiful women everywhere. There's beautiful women everywhere. You know why? Because there are dumb idiot guys everywhere that
get rich.
have
Yeah.
a little bit of money.
I was talking to this lady at the airport bar while I was waiting for our Uber that takes 30 minutes whenever you call it in Fargo or a city like that. And
Is
she
it
was
one guy?
Yeah, it's just one guy. He's like, hello, I am Uber. I am Fargo Uber. The app just, it's not the Uber app, it's just like John. It's a photo of him. But this lady was like, she's like, my business usually flies me out private. I'm like, oh shit, what do you do? And she's like, I'm in banking. I'm like, why are you in Fargo? And she's like, filthy fucking rich farmers. I'm like, pretty cool.
That's why. That's exactly what she said?
Yeah.
I couldn't hang out there.
No, she was like a hot, like, Scottsdale lady. She like Scottsdale, Arizona lady.
You know why filthy fucking rich farmer scares me? Filthy rich, not me.
Yeah.
Farmer, not me. So you gotta be rich and you gotta know what you're doing with your hands. No, I'm.
You gotta know how to load one of those 2-barrel shotguns when someone's fucking your daughter that you let stay overnight.
Yeah. I'm not a rich farmer. I'm an upper middle class pussy. That's what I am. I am just my hands. I've been saying this on stage. My hands smell like lavender in yoga class. Look at how soft these things are.
I have very soft hands. Multiple women have told me that I have like the softest hands that they've ever felt. I'm like, no, they're like not that soft.
Wait, can I tell you something? I was gonna take my ADD meds before we did this. Didn't. This podcast has been, I think it's fun.
It's all over the place.
I think we're having fun. I think it's pretty funny, but we have been going from not like A to C. We're going from like A to giraffe.
Yeah.
We're going, it's not even the same category anymore.
If you did the captions of this, it would just be in like hieroglyphics. Like it doesn't even. And then just like, it's just like arrow, bird, the word gay, ice cream cone, chicken wing.
Yeah. Rich billionaire.
Small penis,
frozen
big penis,
custard,
small penis. Us
10
arguing of,
shoes,
yeah.
X.
Yeah. Jellyfish, me peeing on someone.
Jellyfish that was a fun little moment
But
there.
so if we go to Fargo, we're like, what the fuck is there to do? We're like looking up restaurants, we're looking up everything. We go to this just place down the street from where the condo where we're staying, and the seller in Fargo, amazing. If there are any followers from that show, preferably this woman named Maggie who sounds like this, and she straight up said, she was like, if I wasn't old enough to be your grandma, I'd take you home with me.
Colin, by the way, you're not doing an impression. That's your voice.
Literally, yeah. when Tyler
You
Horvath
didn't do any change.
when Tyler Horvath was on stage and he was doing an impression of her on stage, which was also when he started doing it, I was like, holy shit, he's going in on this old lady.
fun. That's
But
fun.
I leaned into the booker there. I'm like, this is the exact same impression he does of me.
No, yeah, you literally just go, I'm going to do an impression of this lady. Yeah, so I was talking to this lady. Like,
Dude,
that's how you did the exact
She
same.
rocks. But I would look at her during my set, and we weren't like, I did a bunch of crowd work with her, but there were points where we weren't talking, and I would look at her, and she was just doing the sex thing of like
Yeah.
sticking a finger in the hole, and I'm like, everyone else can see this woman, right? I'm not imagining her.
So in Dayton, I was doing a joke. I've talked about this. I think I talked about this in the pod. How the movie The Notebook, how you can use the movie The Notebook to get a blowjob. Did we talk about this?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah,
Him-
there's a scene in The Notebook where they get in the house and they light all the candles. And I thought it was funny. We did it on the pod. When I was editing, I heard it, so I tried it on stage because someone like mentioned The Notebook.
Yeah.
I was on stage and I asked this guy, I was like, sir, do you like The Notebook? And he just goes, duh. Like, that was immediately, he just goes, duh.
Was he gay?
No, it was a big, tough guy with a beard. He had, like, the bald horseshoe, like, long hair, like,
I love
skull
that.
kind of thing.
Same in Fargo, there's
And
a
he
guy.
was just fucking arms crossed like this. And I go, sir, have you seen The Notebook? And he goes, duh. And I go,
Yeah.
did you say duh? And he goes, I mean, I like it. It's a good movie.
Yeah.
And I was like, don't walk that back. So I was talking about The Notebook, and then I'm talking to this older gal in the corner. Not old, probably, 50s, 60s.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm talking to her. It's her and this other older sweet lady. They kind of look like my aunt, and they're kind of just sitting in the corner, all kind of quiet. We're talking about The Notebook, and I ask these ladies about The Notebook, and I go, ladies, what about that scene when they're in the abandoned house before they move in, do it eventually, and they all the candles lit, and then they get intimate? What do you think about that scene? And this lady just goes, that's sexy. And no one gets down. I'm having so much fun.
Yeah.
This sweet old lady says, and then 2 minutes later, I turn to her, and she's doing this. The international sign for jerk off.
Oh,
She's doing like the
dude.
up and down hand motion.
How old was she?
I want to say probably like 65. And I was looking at everyone going, Dayton, how are you not? If you don't think I'm that funny, that's fine. But look at this beautiful
Yeah.
woman who you are turning into a horny psychopath.
Yeah.
This is awesome to watch. And then I talk shit about
Old
Lutherans.
sluts,
Old
dude.
sluts,
Old
dude. I love
Another
old
high
sluts.
five.
I gotta
Old
stop.
sluts.
I keep talking shit about Lutherans on stage. Someone came up to me last night. They're like, "Hey, are you Catholic?" And I was like, "No, not at all. I don't know why."
Yeah.
I made fun of a Lutheran on stage 2 months ago. I got a pop, and now I'm just chasing that fucking dragon, dude.
Dude, I've noticed, I've been going through it a little bit. You've seen me spiraling a little bit lately.
Yeah, we're doing. Are we gonna talk about it on the
No,
pod?
we're not talking about that. No, we're not talking about that shit. Absolutely fucking not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But there have been times where I've noticed on stage where someone would like do something that would like slightly annoy me.
Yeah.
And it would just me not dealing with like this shit off stage. I'm
Yes.
just like, shut the fuck up.
No, yeah.
And immediately I'm like, listen, we both got a little mad. I'm like, you said I have dumb hair. I threatened to kill your kids. I'm like, let's just call it even. Now we're even. Let's have a good time. Let's get back to it.
In Dayton, I told the guy to suck my cock. I was
Yeah.
on stage. He didn't even heckle. He said like something kind of nice. And I was like, hey, how about you suck my fucking cock? And thank God, I was already doing well, so people laughed. People thought it was funny. But immediately I was like, dude, I am so sorry. I never say shit like that. I'm so sorry. But it was just this one table that I was, for some reason, I was going in. Honestly, you know why? I think it's because I wasn't drinking at all. And so if I'm having a couple beers and someone
it's
like
easier to
if
deal
someone
with drunk
talks,
people.
if someone talks during the set, I'm like, hey, it's me and you, we're the same
Yeah.
person. And I was just like, listen, motherfucker, I'm
Yeah.
an art. There's this little
Listen, you alcoholic piece
yes,
of shit.
yes. And the only reason that I was drinking is because I was sick. Oh yeah, I was
Yeah.
sick, dude. I was oh my, you guys, last week I had COVID. Best fucking week of my life.
How much money do you think you spent on DoorDash and edibles?
Food delivery? Do you want to know?
Wait, you were out for 5 days? Let me guess it.
Out for 5 days? Should I go to the app?
Yeah, let me know how long you were sick for, because because you didn't leave the house once.
No,
you
not
couldn't.
once. Not once.
Did you you only got DoorDash? You didn't get groceries or anything
I
delivered?
only got Uber Eats. I got Uber Eats delivered, and I had GoPuff delivered a couple times with ramen and stuff. Okay, you want to do it?
Yeah.
It's insane how much money I spent.
Because, dude, shit's expensive now. Like, everything on DoorDash is more expensive than it used to be, I feel like.
Here we go. So
inflation was through the roof.
Here we go. So here's what it is. So on Friday I got Nando's Peri Peri, $39. Also, Thursday I got Shake Shack, $44. Same day I got sushi. It was $50.
Wait, are you adding this up?
Wait, dude, I've never said this out loud. I've never said this out loud. This is bad. I didn't realize how much money I spent.
So wait, $39, $44,
44, 52.
52. It's only going up. Dude, you're only getting hungrier and hungrier.
This is gonna be better. 67.
52, 67 from where?
From La Mexicana Grill. That place is so cheap.
Yeah, that's not even. You got so much.
How did I do that? I got
sides.
tortilla soup. I got a Mexican Coke. I got a quesadilla. I got a burrito. Oh, and I got the
That's when I was getting mad when you kept on saying Mexican soup. I'm like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
I'm like, you mean chicken tortilla soup?
Yeah, that would make you.
I'm like, why are you saying Mexican soup?
What I wanted was there's a chicken soup. It's like a chicken and rice soup from my favorite Mexican restaurant in Indianapolis, La Hacienda. Thank you guys. I love you guys. You guys have fed me more than any other restaurant. Shut the fuck up while I'm talking to my family. Shut up. Do not. This is family. You don't go for the jugular. You don't go for the act. You don't go for family.
Putos.
So why? Don't know. Come on, man.
Puto y madre.
No, stop.
That means fucking
I
mother.
know what it means, you dumb motherfucker.
Fuck your mama.
Stop. Let me talk about what I talk about.
All right, go.
Don't interrupt me to say fuck your mom in Spanish. God damn. See how funny that is? When I didn't even laugh. I wasn't trying to be funny. What a hilarious statement that is. Don't interrupt me to say fuck your mother in Spanish. Don't make me say shit like that.
Do you think I like being who I am, dude?
Okay,
I'm just chaos everywhere
67,
I go.
58, and then $94, but that was on Walgreens. That was not on COVID tests. I had to get the test.
Oh, so you did the thing where you ordered food and they're like they could stop and grab other stuff.
Yes. Okay, so here we go. So what is...
COVID test is like $30, so that's like you spent like 30.
Okay, you ready for this?
Or 60.
What is 50 plus 94 plus 58 plus 67 plus 52 plus 44 plus 39? $404 in a week. That's too much money to spend on food in a week, but in COVID, I think I can swing it. I'm fine. That
is crazy.
It's crazy. I mean, do you know how much that was? That all that food literally cost exactly the same amount as a fucking weekend in Dayton. Like
that's crazy.
I know exactly how much money it costs.
Yeah, if a show hit me up and was like, "Hey, you want to work a weekend for $400?" I'd be like, "Fuck yeah, man, let's go." I was like, "That's a pretty solid weekend. I could use $400."
No, it was a great weekend. I had so much fun out in Dayton. Thank you guys for coming. But yeah, I did get COVID, and then I used all the money that I made in Dayton buying food and COVID tests for a week.
Medicating, yeah. And dude, in Fargo, well, the way everyone drinks out there is insane. Every shot, we talked about this with Chelsea, is like a double shot or quadruple. Like these comics took us out to the VFW.
Remember the first time we went to Milwaukee, and the first time I ever got spotted cow in a bar, and the bar we went to, when you ordered one spotted cow, they served you 2 spotted cows.
Oh yeah, that one with the giant like chair or whatever
No, that was a different one. That was the German place that had the giant chair. This is the first bar that we went to when we went there.
Well, you got...
No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that story. There's one story that we just can't tell on this podcast.
No, I know which one. It's not that one. It's not that one. It's when you took my sunglasses off my face. And I'm like, give them back to me. And I was like, you're just being a jackass. You're not going to do anything. Just give them back to me. And you didn't break them with your hands. You put it in your mouth and bit it in half and just spit it out. And I'm like, those were like $7. I don't even. I was like, I
go, give me your phone. And you go, why? It's locked. And I picked up your phone. I put my fingerprint on it and I unlocked it because
you were just staring at me drunk and I didn't know.
Because 2 years before that, I asked you were driving and I asked to change the song in your car and I asked you for your password and then I went in your settings and I saved my thumbprint.
Yeah.
And so I could get into your phone for years and you had no clue.
That was the long con.
You were so pissed at me and I just took it as one opportunity, one final farewell and fuck you.
Yeah, because you picked my phone up off the table. You didn't even ask for it. I'm like, I don't give a shit, dude. It's locked. You can't get into it. You didn't say a word. You just looked at me, held it up, and then put your finger out. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, how did you do that? That was insane. But yeah, dude, everyone drinks like that in Fargo. It's when we first got there, the first restaurant we went to, there was this dude with a handlebar mustache who had the voice, the road voice of, he's like, oh, bro, and he's like, what are you brothers up to tonight? And we're like, oh, we just got a couple shows.
Buddy, again, same voice as you. You can't do impressions.
He's like, oh, brother, you guys are crazy. Let me tell me a little street joke. He's like, oh, you guys are fucking crazy.
Oh, drip,
He's
yeah,
like,
man.
yeah. He's like, let me get you guys some beers. And he like talked about how he was in the military. And then he's like, yeah, check this out. And just whips his fake leg up on the bar stool. And we're like, oh, shit, dude. Like Horvath was there and he was like on his leg, and he's like, "Yeah, man, that's fake."
Are you serious?
Yeah.
But he was cool with it. He was like
yeah,
having
bro.
a good
He's
time.
like, "You guys are fucking crazy, man."
Okay.
He's like, "I fucking love you
All
guys.
right,
I gotta
good.
come out on the stage." He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "If I come to the show tonight, you guys are gonna get me in." And we're like, "Brother, we're gonna give you the show."
Yeah,
It's
are you
like,
kidding
yeah.
me? Dude, I'm not gonna use a mic stand. I'm gonna use your fucking leg.
He kept on.
Wait, real quick. He's cool with this. We're not making fun of an amputee, right? This
No,
is a guy, he likes
loved it.
partying. Okay,
He, like,
fuck
loved it,
Very
dude.
good. Just we have to make
He
sure.
was buying us drinks. He was fucking telling us that he's on the clock. He's like, I got a job where I could drink where I work on the clock. And he's like, it doesn't matter. And he kept on basically kind of insinuating. I'm like,
Sir, we get it. You're
yeah,
a teacher.
Yeah. He almost kept on insinuating where I'm like, are you a hitman? I'm like, are you an assassin? He's like, oh, you're crazy, man. But no, I can't tell you I work for the government. I can't tell you what I do. And I'm like, he's like, but I'm drinking and I can do that. He's like, I can drink while I work. I'm getting paid for this. And when we left, I'm like, that was just an insane man.
Yeah, no, that was.
Yeah.
He just runs a multi-level marketing scheme.
Yeah. And we went to the VFW after the shows. The shows were awesome. The crowds were tight. They were fun. Fucking crazy huge shots where the comics, I'm like, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
I'm like, thank you. I was like, I took a couple sips and I looked like such a pussy because I was like, ah. I'm like, it burns.
Dude, the last time that I drank, not at a VFW, but the last time I drank at an Eagles Lodge, I was doing an Eagles Lodge or a Moose Lodge or an Elks Lodge in Vincennes, Indiana. It's like southern Indiana. And right when I get on stage, this is like right when they take the opportunity to adjust the lighting. So I'm like, hey guys, it's Willie, how we doing? And then some guy just walks up next to me and just starts playing with this big light board and being like, oh, what's the settings on this? So it's like he turns it on whites, and then it's a blue light, and then it's a strobe light, then it's like a party, like woo, like it's like doing sirens. There's this fucking terrible show. In my closer, I had a beer that I brought a bottle of beer, and then a woman walked on stage, took my bottle, and replaced it with a can. And I was like, what are you doing? She was like, there's no glass allowed in here. And I was like, I had a minute. I'm not going to shatter it for my closer.
Oh, yeah.
Like, why? Just everything, like, the timing just kept getting fucked.
Thank you, Indiana.
By the way, that would be a sick closer.
Yeah.
That would probably be a fucking sick closer. It
That
would
would
probably
be
get people
awesome.
on their feet. We got to do a club that has a shitty stage, and I'm going to ask if I can do it. We're going to do it.
Yeah.
But anyways, I have this, like, terrible set. It's the headliner's on stage, and it's only me and him, so there's no comic for me to chill with. So then I just go to like this little back room. It's like a bar. The bartender is 89 years old. He's got a huge gut and a big IU shirt on. And it's just me and him watching like a random basketball game. We're watching like Seton Hall versus San Diego State or whatever. And he's just like, how's your night? And I didn't tell him I was a comedian. I was like, it's really good, man. And then me and him, we just got fucking trashed together.
Dude, I love
You ever
that.
get drunk with an old guy?
Yeah, it's awesome.
It's a lot of fun till it gets kind of scary.
Yeah, there's always a moment where he'll like say some shit where I'm like, yeah, I forgot how different we are.
No, he like at one point he like took a shot and then he like coughed, but it was like he was like like, you know what I'm talking about? Like
It's
a
like,
weird.
did you get bit by a fucking zombie, dude? It's like, what's going on?
I've never heard that noise before, good sir.
I feel like you're gonna be like, I'm fine, and then you're not fine. It's like then you eat me. I wake up and you're running super fast.
That is the guy that goes, I'm fine, and then just dies.
Yeah.
Just dies right there.
He just looks at his palm and there's blood. I'm
Oh.
like, why is there scary music playing now? But dude, you know what's crazy though? I feel like the VFW or like, I have been in the VFW around here and it's kind of sad. At least when I went, they used to do like a mic at one, didn't they?
Yeah, I've heard about it.
It was
I don't know
pretty
what they're
fucking
doing.
sad. But the one here is like, it was huge
Yeah.
because someone got so drunk in Fargo, drove a car into like the building next to it or the VFW. So they just combined buildings.
That's cool.
It's huge. And then there's these guys on stage that looked like they were
A
in.
blessing in disguise, but disguise is spelled DUI. Sky, is that funny?
I like that.
Yeah, it's very
that's a
visual.
great,
Yeah.
like,
It's a tweet,
instead
but-
of live, laugh, love. It's like, I hit a family and kept driving.
when when I looked in the sand and there was 4 tread marks in the sand, that's when Jesus took the wheel for me. That's when the footprints in the sand, the tread marks in the sand told me.
Grandma got run over by a reindeer. What are you gonna say? That song is based off someone lying about hitting their grandma in a truck. They're like, no, a reindeer did it. I saw it.
Oh, all right, man. That was it. We got a minute. We got to do a little outro. You got anything we want to plug? I'll plug my Instagram at Willie.Griswold.
We got some shit coming up. We got some new stuff coming. Maybe, actually, we probably shouldn't mention that, but stay tuned. We do have some new stuff coming. There are shows in December in Chicago. Look at our Instagrams. That's where they'll be.
I have no road stuff for the time being. I think I might have a little New Year's thing coming up. I had one gig cancel, and I'm looking into another gig that might be in Pennsylvania. We don't know yet. But hey, if you guys want us to come to your town, let us know. If you're a comic and you're in a bar show, come have us headlining it. Come have us headlining it. I cannot talk. We did a whole fucking pod.
We'll talk better than that. We'll talk better than that. Also doesn't sound good.
No, yeah.
I'm freaking out again. Look,
losing.
We need your guys' support.
Yeah, truly.
And we love you. We need you. My Venmo is Collin-Unger.
You got to stop doing this.
Fargo took it out of me. They paid me well. They took care of me. But like emotionally, I am drained. Physically, I want more money to buy. I've just seen cool clothes.
Right,
I want to go see the new Mission Impossible movie.
Okay.
Everything costs money.
All right. Well, we're done now, right? Is that okay? You got anything else over there?
Pay me, motherfuckers.
Drip, drip.
Drip, drip.